Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Monday, April 20th, 2015. It's Happy 420 Day, and it's also Happy Patriots Day in Massachusetts and Maine. The Boston Marathon's going to start today at 10 in the morning. Some news to report. The Montreal Canadiens beat the Ottawa Senators by a score of 2-1 in overtime. The Habs have a 3-0 lead. The series is over. Also, the Calgary Flames beat the Vancouver Canucks by a score of 4-2 to go up 2-1 in that series. The Memphis Grizzlies and the Los Angeles Clippers won their Game 1 of their NBA Western Conference quarterfinal series. And that's about it on the news. My first video subject of the day is about a classic television game show produced by Mark Goodson and Bill Todman. It's Password. Password was hosted by Alan Ludden, and it was created by Bob Stewart. The announcers were Jack Clark, Gene Wood, Burt Burnett, Lou Vines, and John Harlan. It had 2 runs. The most famous run was from October 2nd, 1961 through September 15th, 1967 on CBS. And the Password was created by Bob Stewart. The original idea of Password was going to be two contestants playing against each other, and it would be a password, and the contestants would give the other contestants a clue to get one-word clue to say the wrong word so they could get the password. But when Bob Stewart created it and they showed it to Goodson Todman, they kind of liked the idea, but they thought it would be better if it was a contestant and celebrity playing against each other. And they reformatted it so it was contestants, 2 teams of 2 players, a contestant and a celebrity. And the game word was they have to use 1-word clue for the password. If they use 2-word clues, it would be unacceptable. And they were given 10 clues maximum, 5 clues for each team and stuff. And if they got it, say with the first clue, they got the password with the first clue, they would get 10 points. Then it would go down and down and down and down. If they couldn't get the password within 10 clues, Alan Ludden would say the password and it would be thrown out. And 25 points would win the game. And then they would play the lightning round, which they could get 5 words. Each word they would get would be $20. And if they get all 5 words within 60 seconds in the lightning round, they would get $100. And then the contestants would switch celebrities for the second game and stuff. And the gameplay would be played the same. And contestants could win as much as like $400 on the daytime version of Password. The ratings for Password were very successful for CBS in the daytime. Then in January of 1962, they had a primetime version of Password, which was even more bigger. They had big name celebrities play it, like many of the primetime celebrities on CBS shows back in the day and stuff. And Password's daytime ratings were so big that over 50% of the country was watching Password at 2 p.m. weekdays on CBS during the mid-60s. But by 1966, Password would like falter in the ratings, because in July of 1966, a new game show called Newlywed Game, hosted by Bob Eubanks and produced by Chuck Barris, premiered on ABC, and it eventually took the ratings from Password. Password's ratings were going down and down and down. They taped Password at CBS in New York City, but from time to time they would go to CBS television studios in Hollywood, California, and they would always have a buzzer that sounded on a password that if you hear the password, Alan Ludden would say that clue was unacceptable by David H. Green or Dr. Reason Goodwin of the National Dictionary thing, or the World Book Encyclopedia and stuff. And the primetime version of Password ended in early 1967. And the daytime version of Password ended on September 15th, 1967. And at the end of each password, Alan Ludden would say the password of the day, and it would be informative, and he would always say at the end of it, think about it. I hope to see you tomorrow. I hope, and stuff. And when Password ended on CBS, the next year in like September 1968, Password was syndicated. The reruns of Password was syndicated through many television stations across the country, including there was one WSBK TV 38 in Boston. Mark Goodson and Bill Todman hoped that that showing reruns of Password could revive Password in syndication somewhere down the road. It got pretty decent ratings. They had it in the morning time, where the other game shows were on the networks, and ABC Network looked at it and they wanted to revive Password. And they did on April 5th, 1971. Password was revived on ABC. Originally it was at 4 p.m. And they had some changes to the ABC version of Password. They had 50 points to win the game. And they had the lightning round was changed. They could win as much as $1,000, but they could risk it and they could do one more password, which was betting word. They could bet all $1,000 to get the final password, and if they got it, they could win up to $5,000. If they missed the password, they would lose everything as well. And this password was pretty good. It got decent ratings. Then it moved halfway through the run, then it moved to the noontime death slot on ABC, which many ABC stations preempted it for the local news on ABC affiliates, but it still got a decent rating and stuff until 1974, where in July of 1974, Password was being beaten in the ratings soundly by Jackpot on NBC and Young and the Restless and CBS, and they had to do a lot of gimmicks for Password beginning with 1974. They had a lot of celebrity theme weeks, like usually celebrities playing against each other for charity. They also had one week where Alan Ludden would play against his wife, Betty White, and Monty Hall would guest host Password for that week and stuff. They had more and more like celebrity weeks, and by November of 1974, they changed the format from Password to Password's All-Stars. It was an all-celebrity format, having the celebrities play Password, and it basically killed the show because sometimes you should have celebrity theme weeks on game shows on sweeps weeks like November, February, and May. You shouldn't have an all-celebrity format for a game show because that kills the ratings and stuff like that. And by February 1975, ABC sent a cancellation notice that Password was going to go off the air in June of 1975. Then they returned to the basic Password format of like two teams, a celebrity and contestant, playing against each other, but it was too late. And the last Password on ABC happened on June 27, 1975. Alan Ludden and his wife, Betty White, said goodbye to Password for the final time. It was a very sad thing. Password would get revived in 1979 as Password Plus, which I will talk about that in a future video blog, and also we'll talk about Super Password and $1 Million Password because all of those are kind of similar and stuff like that. And that's about it on news. On this video blog. Be back later, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, 2 more video blogs. The first video blog will be about the Sanger Center at UMass Lowell campus in Lowell, Massachusetts. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about personality profile, the start of 8 WWE Classic managers who led their men to championship gold WWE title. First one will be by Captain Lou Albano, the guiding light. Have a good day, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Bye now.